Hey everyone, RJ here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be doing an unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A23 5G. Okay, so the Samsung Galaxy A23 5G is a phone that released back around September of 2022, and this is the Metro by T-Mobile variant, okay? And at the time of this recording, which is December 23rd, 2022, you can buy this phone with a new line, with a new number for $49.99 and a port-in for free. So pretty good deal there. I'll kind of give you my opinion about the price here in a little bit into the video. So first thing I'm going to do is give you the specs of this phone, and then we'll get right into the unboxing. So as far as the display, we have a 6.6-inch Full HD display coming in at 1080 by 2408 with a 20:9 aspect ratio with 400 pixels per inch. It is a PLS LCD display and it has a 120 Hz refresh rate. Now for the processor, we got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 695, which is a 6nm chip. It's a 5G chip, of course, with an Adreno 619 GPU. So a good, lower mid-range processor power in this phone. Pretty nice stuff there. As far as the RAM and storage configurations, there's quite a few. Now this one here they sell at Metro is the 4GB 64GB version, so a little low on the RAM, a little low on the storage for the retail price they're selling it for, and honestly for their new line price is a little bit, so you can get it in the 4GB 64GB version, 6GB 64GB, 4GB 128GB, 6GB 128GB, or 8GB 128GB. Now for the cameras, you got 4 on the rear. You got a 50 megapixel wide angle lens, aperture of f1.8, a 5 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, aperture of f2.2. You got a 2 megapixel macro and depth sensor. You can record it full 1080 at 30 frames per second. For the front camera, you got an 8 megapixel wide angle lens, aperture of f2.0, and can record at 1080p at 30 frames per second. This phone has a 5000 milliamp hour battery with 25 watt fast charging and all that kind of good stuff there. That's all I'm going to mention about that. So let's go ahead and get in with the unboxing, which of course there's not a lot to show when these Samsung, boxes. There's yeah, this box there kind of fell apart on me. So here you will see, this is just like your manual and stuff like that. The phone just kind of slides out of here because, like I said, the box kind of fell apart a little bit. Yeah, so you got the phone here. You have a USB-C cable, the manuals, SIM ejection tool, and all that kind of stuff there. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and peel off this back plastic. Alright, just like that there. And there's the phone. Okay, so I went and put everything away, but before I really get into the video, I want to give you kind of my feelings on the pricing of this phone versus some other phones right now on Metro. I'll keep this here as short as possible, but this phone right here will cost you $50 with a new line or free with a port-in. If you watched my video from Monday, the Moto G Stylus 5G 2022 is also a Metro by T-Mobile device. That phone offers you more RAM, it offers you more storage, it offers you a bigger display. You can record 60 frames per second in the rear at 1080p instead of 30 frames. You have a higher megapixel count in the front of the Motorola. You got the Stylus. The processors are the same. Battery, you got the same size battery at 5000 milliamp hour. You get a charger in the box with the Motorola, and that one's free with a new line. So we all know that with Samsung, you're going to always pay something. That's just the way it always is. It don't necessarily mean that the phone's better. It's just that you're paying for the name, basically. So, this is like the lowest RAM and storage model you can get at 4GB, 64GB. The Motorola has 6GB and 128GB. But it's got SD card slots and all like that. So take it for what it is. But, I'm not writing this phone off or anything else because I haven't even used it yet. So, yeah, kind of want to get that out there, let y'all know that pricing, a little bit different. So, anyway, But the phone does look nice. Got this nice matte black look here. Got your quad camera with flash. I like the way that the camera bump there looks. It don't look bad at all. So on the right side here, you got your side-mount fingerprint scanner that doubles as a power button. You have your volume rocker here. On top, you got a microphone. On the left is your SIM and SD card slot. And on the bottom, you got your 3.5mm headphone jack, microphone, Type-C charging port, and bottom fire speaker. Let's go ahead here and power the phone up. All right, got Samsung there. Samsung Galaxy. So I'll get it all set up and I'll come back when it's finished. So we're finally set up and ready to go. Took a little bit longer than most phones I set up, but anyway, turn the phone around here. The phone screen looks really nice. It's full 1080. The viewing angles look pretty decent here on the phone. Now you can unlock it, with a PIN, pattern, or password. The fingerprint scanner is really quick. I mean, you can just tap it and boom, it is on. So now we'll go ahead and check out Face Unlock. Looking at it, and there you go. Works just fine, no issues. Now, typical Samsung display looks really nice, very crisp, very clear, full HD display, but Samsung, you got to get rid of that teardrop notch, okay? I just don't do it, okay? So yeah, it's pretty bad. Now the bezels on this phone are a little bit thicker, but it's not bad. I know some don't like that at all, but I'm pointing it out, but it really don't bother me, like I mentioned before. Now, pulling the drop down, as you're seeing, I got through one setup. It's telling me to set it up again. Every phone does that. I really wish that would kind of go away. I mean, you set it up once and it tells you to set it up all over again. It's kind of stupid. But anyway, got your drop down here, just typical toggles. Okay, got your Wi-Fi, your auto rotate, mobile hotspot, flashlight, quick share. You got NFC, Wi-Fi calling. Now, it don't show NFC here, but it does have NFC. So we'll go ahead and pop into settings here for a little bit. Got your connections here. So you got your Wi-Fi calling, Bluetooth, NFC, and contactless payments. More connection down here for nearby scanning, printing, VPN, private DNS, and all that stuff going on there, like in most Samsung devices. Down here at display, got light and dark mode. Go to dark mode there. Your brightness, adaptive brightness, motion smoothness. As right now, set it adaptive to 120 hertz, or you can save some battery by going standard. But hey, why not use 120? Because it just looks better. It really does. So anyway, got font size and style, full screen app, screen timeout, easy mode, edge panels, navigation bar. Get your buttons down here at the bottom. You can change them around if you want to, left to right, right to left, or you can just do swipe gestures, which is a lot better in my personal opinion. Stuff like that. So let's back out of here. Typical Samsung stuff. If you've used a Samsung phone before, yes, this looks very familiar to you. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and skip on down here to home screen. So you can go in here. I like being able to change to 5x5. Same way with the app grid. Just a lot better, in my personal opinion. But that's just, what anybody likes, Slide down notification panel, app icon, stuff like that. So typical stuff. Lock screen, biometrics and security. So face unlock, fingerprint scanner. Everything that you see in a Samsung, this phone has it here as well. Advanced features, so you can call and text on other devices. Continue apps on other devices. Android Auto, Quick Share, Labs, side key, motions and gestures. You got lift to wake, double tap turn on the screen, double tap turn off the screen, keep on screen while viewing, turn over to mute, finger sensor gestures, all that stuff. One-handed mode, game launcher, and all that kind of stuff there. Battery and device care. So like I said, it does have 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage. You can see you got 44.9 available, 19.1 is being used already, so quite a bit of storage already being used. Apps, general management, accessibility, all them features are there. About phone, and we are on Android version 12, One UI version 4.1 with Google Play System Update May 2022, and it's on October 1st security patch as of right now. So back here at home, like I said, just your typical Samsung, okay? I mean, nice, smooth, seems to be very fluid here, that 120 Hz display. It just seems to be smooth. Now right here, of course, it always looks a little bit, laggy at times, but yeah, it all works out, no issues. So to be honest with you, it's not a bad phone. Got a nice size display, got a nice feel to it. Fingerprint scanner works really good. Face unlock works good. Let's go to the camera here for a brief moment just to see if there's any differences from what I've seen on paper. So you got your photo, got your portrait mode, you got video, you got more. So you got pro mode, panorama, food, night, macro, and slow motion. Nice stuff. Back over to here to video. And a little slow there, but anyway, you got full HD at 30 and HD at 30. So, for the price of the phone at retail at $300, I believe they could have done a little bit better than that, but it's just my personal opinion. Now, in the settings, you got scene optimizer, high efficiency photos, selfies just previewed. Watermark, shutter sound, all that stuff that you see in mostly in everything. In the same way for the front-facing camera, go here to video, full HD at 30 and HD at 30 there as well. So overall, not a bad little phone. It's got a single bottom firing speaker, which honestly, like I said, at retail price of $300, come on. There's no reason we should not have stereo speakers on a phone like this in 2022. There's just no reason for it. And that goes for many others as well. So, from what I've seen so far in this phone, do I recommend it just by the little bit of time that I have used it? And, it's basically up to you. Now, in my personal opinion, if you're wanting to port over to Metro, there's a lot of phones for free right now. But, my first impressions of it is a generic Samsung phone. And when you go and pick something like this here up, it costs $300 if you buy it unlocked. And they just kind of give you the bare minimum, and they get by with that. And it's kind of it's kind of a hard sell for me to recommend it when there's other phones out there, especially like on carriers like Metro by T-Mobile. It's offering a lot for free. That's got better specs, more RAM, more storage, bigger display, and all like that. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. But in a port in for free, if you just want a Samsung, the A23, honestly, the 695 octa-core processor runs very good. Battery life should be very good on this. Got 5G compatibility, got quad cameras. We'll have to test those out. The screen looks really good. But that's just my personal opinion here at the very beginning of using this phone. Of course, after some time testing it on the network, some time using it with call quality, and speeds and all of that, that's going to tell in gaming, that's going to all tell me what I need to know about this phone. But that's just my personal opinion. It's not a bad phone. There's just better phones out there for cheaper, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen. So, self-informative anyway. Hit the like button. Any questions you may have, leave it down below. If you're new here and haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, clicking that bell on for notifications. I sure would appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.